You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for August 11th through the 22nd. We're going to talk about Taylor Hayes in total denial of what's happening and Sheila Carter busy scheming. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. In case you missed the Monday, August 11th episode, which was season 38, episode 227, just real quick, Finn confirmed to Liam that Grace turned herself into the police. Liam realized he needs to tell his dad, so he called Bill to come home. Liam and Hope then told Bill about Grace's deception. Bill, of course, is furious and says that witch is going to pay, but he used the B word. And he says Grace is going to wish she never met him. This is the second time Reese's gambling has cost their family horribly. Lee tells Sheila that something shifted in her when she had Luna's life in her hands in the operating room. Lee remembered that Luna is her granddaughter and niece, and Lee blames Poppy and thinks she can rehabilitate Luna. Then Lee swears Sheila to secrecy, and Luna wakes up and sees her grandma's there. Electra and Will talk about how thankful they are Luna is dead. Ivy comes in and is thankful that Liam's going to survive. Electra knows Ivy is relieved, and she's glad that Luna's out of all their lives. Ivy is behaving like she's still in love with Liam, which is interesting. On Tuesday, August 12th, it's season 38, episode 228. Bill and Liam have a very special and loving father-son moment, and their bond deepens. I'm enjoying their dynamic. They've had several of these scenes since Liam found out he supposedly had cancer, and now more. They had already made big steps, back when Liam thought he was dying, but now with his whole life ahead of him, Bill and Liam are more deeply bonded. Also this week, Bill heads over to the hospital and gets right up in Grace Buckingham's face. He confronts her. I wonder how she's even allowed back in the building after confessing to the cops. But Grace is at the hospital. She's in her doctor coat when Bill corners her. He's angry, not just that she lied about the cancer, but that Grace drugged Liam and made him horribly sick to mimic cancer symptoms. I mean, Grace shouldn't be allowed to be anywhere near any kind of patient care for the rest of her life. Her medical license needs to be yanked immediately. And it's not so much for Bill the $1 million. It's the harm she did to Liam psychologically and physically. Wednesday, August 13th is episode 229 of season 38. We've got Ridge, Eric, and Brooke getting a warm welcome back from Italy while they're at Forrester Creations. Donna is there too. Katie Logan's there. She gives big sister Brooke a big hug. This week, Katie sits down with Brooke and gets the scoop on what happened in Italy. And I am sure she's going to tell Katie that Ridge saved her life, kissed her, and promised to make things right. So Brooke's chomping at the bit for Ridge to get over there and dump Taylor, take that ring off her finger. Ridge is emotional and torn between Taylor and Brooke because, of course, he is. He's a waffle boy. And in that moment when Ridge saved Brooke and it was just the two of them, Ridge knew what he wanted. But confronted with having to dump Taylor and face Steffi's wrath and disappointment, of course, he's waffling. On Thursday, August 14th, it's season 38, episode 230. Taylor starts questioning this emotional moment that Ridge had with Brooke in Italy. I'm guessing he's going to start off with just the facts, that Ridge saw Brooke fall off of Nick's boat. He swam out. He saved her life. But I'm guessing Ridge is going to struggle to tell Taylor the big epiphany that Brooke's the woman he needs to be with. Ridge is going to have to work up his nerve. And Taylor tells Ridge, yes, Brooke has a future, but it's not with Ridge because she's not going to take off that engagement ring. Also this week, Kelly Spencer is over at the Forrester mansion. Of course, that's Ridge and Taylor's granddaughter. And Kelly's looking so happy. She's got some sort of drawing. So I wonder if Kelly is telling them how excited she is. Her grandparents are together and getting married. I'm sure whatever Kelly says is going to make Ridge feel like the biggest jerk in the world, and it's going to make it even harder for him to come clean. But to be clear, he is the biggest jerk in the world as far as I'm concerned, at least on the world of B&B. Electra tells Will on Thursday that she is ready to move forward and take the next step in their relationship. So it looks like Electra is ready to get intimate with him. On Friday, August 15th, we're going to end the week on season 38, episode 231. Sheila is eavesdropping when Katie comes over to Il Giardino and talks to Deacon. She wants to know if she can host a small celebration at the pizza place for Will Spencer. I assume this is for his birthday. Will Spencer was born on September 25th, which is coming up, in a few weeks. What's funny is that Katie's son should be turning 13 because he was born in 2012. So a big old Saurus right there. Sheila may be spying just to make sure, first of all, no one has any idea that Luna's alive. And also because Will was one of the big reasons Luna was acting crazy and didn't want to leave town. Also this week, Nick shows up to Forrester Creations and proposes to Brooke Logan. He tells her it's not over for them, and Nick says he loves Brooke, and Nick's got that engagement ring and he is ready to make it happen, Captain. But, she's obviously going to say no. The week of August 18th through the 22nd, it's way past time for Ivy to make her feelings known to Liam. The last time that Ivy told him she cared about him and still was into him wasn't almost a year ago when she kissed him at Il Giardino when she was in town for like 2 episodes. We've seen Ivy come to the realization she wants Liam back, but she hasn't acted on it. He was supposedly dying of cancer, then almost died from the shooting, and Ivy's been gushing about him to Electra. Liam's the one that got away, so hopefully Ivy stops wasting time. Maybe she tells Liam how she feels and asks to reunite. I don't think Hope will like it. Luna has questions for her grandma. She's going to want to know why she's not in the hospital, why she's not under arrest, why Lee is caring for her, and why Sheila's there. Not so much why she's there for Luna, but why she's there with Lee. I do wonder how much Luna remembers from the events of the day of the shooting. And Deacon may notice Sheila's absences because she's going to be over there helping Lee and visiting Luna all she can. I hope Deacon is not so suspicious that he follows Sheila. That'd be a big whoopsie because I would bet on Deacon calling the cops and turning in Luna. Will and Electra are ready to take things to the bedroom. Will has been very patient. Let's hope that Electra has no regrets about this big move. Brooke may get impatient for Ridge to go ahead and dump Taylor. I'm sure Brooke is going to be pushing Ridge, hurry up, walk away from Taylor, and he better not be back in her bed after he told Brooke what he did, but it's Ridge, so who knows? There's going to be big fallout coming his way from his kids, grandkids, and of course from Taylor. Also, Hope's going to update Carter about Liam's non-cancer, and I'm sure Daphne will be interested in this twist. She may try and use it to make Carter doubt Hope so she can get closer to him, and Liam tries to decide on next steps.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.